Președintele Consiliului European, Antonio Costa, a transmis un avertisment ferm Federației Ruse, subliniind că timpul nu este în favoarea sa și solicitând trecerea la negocieri diplomatice. În cadrul vizitei oficiale la Dublin, oficialul a reafirmat sprijinul pentru Ucraina și a evidențiat prioritățile privind competitivitatea economică și extinderea Uniunii Europene. Vă invităm să vă abonați la canalul nostru, să apreciați acest material și să îl distribuiți pentru a susține munca echipei noastre. Vă mulțumim! Echipa Jurnal Info.
Dear Michal, it's a pleasure to be here in Dublin for the launch of the Irish presidency of the Council. Let me start by wishing you, Michal, all the best as Ireland takes on this responsibility. You have chosen competitiveness, values and security as the three pillars of your presidency agenda. This fits perfectly with the priorities of work at leaders level in the European Council. Starting with competitiveness. In the face of growing external pressures on our prosperity, the European Union has set itself the goal to become both more competitive and more autonomous. Indeed, after having defence as the main focus in 2025, 2026 is the year of European competitiveness. That is why we have set ourselves an ambitious One Europe, One Market agenda. Over the next six months, we must deliver on its implementation. And it is hard to think of better pilots to guide the European Union in this work than Ireland. As for Europe's values and Europe's security, they are being put to the test in the challenging global geopolitical context. But in navigating these difficult waters, the European Union has a clear compass, the international law, and a clear map, multilateralism and the rules-based international order. That is another reason why Ireland, with its consistent and principled defense of both multilateralism and international law, is the right presidency in the right time. These principles and values are what guides the European Union's unity in support Ukraine, and we will continue to do whatever it takes to achieve a just and lasting peace in Ukraine. The tide is turning on the battlefield thanks to the courage of Ukrainian armed forces. And Europe's support for Ukraine and our unrelenting pressure on Russia have played a crucial role. In fact, over the next 6 months, under Irish leadership, we will continue pursuing this twin strategy. Because Russia must understand that time is not in its side, and that it must move from the battlefield to the negotiating table. The same values and principles must guide the European Union's position and actions in the Middle East. Long-lasting peace and stability can only be achieved through dialogue and diplomacy, not violence. And for this we need to move forward along the only path there is towards a long-lasting peace in the region, namely that of the two-state solution, in accordance with the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions, where two democratic states, Israel and Palestine, live side by side in peace, within secure and recognized borders. One word on enlargement. As this will be an area where the Irish presidency will play a crucial role. Our Irish friends can build on the new momentum and on a growing awareness among member states that enlargement is in the European Union's best geopolitical investment. We need to advance on all fronts working harder and faster with all candidates. But I will underline the case of Montenegro. I think it is possible to finalize the accession negotiations with Montenegro before the end of the Irish presidency. No pressure. Mihal, I left what is perhaps our main common challenge to last, the next multi-annual financial framework. We need to reach an agreement on our next long-term budget by the end of this year. Not just any budget, but one that has the resources it needs to deliver on what our citizens expect from us. Building on the progress achieved in recent months, we can count on the Irish presidency to keep up the momentum in the negotiations and present and revise the negotiation box in October, including ambitious proposals for new own resources. That is the only way to close the gap between our level of ambition and the reasonable level of national contributions. Will this be easy? No, but important achievements are never easy. Working together, I'm convinced that we can deliver. Dear Michal, the motto of your presidency is strength with unity. In the next 6 months, I look forward to working closely with you for a stronger, even more united Europe. Thank you, and my best wishes for the successful Irish presidency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.